I'm Benjamin Plackett, I'm a journalist, and I've been reporting from the Arab world for the last 5 years. Recently, I went to Mosul in Iraq to find out what life was like with no internet under ISIS. The city of Mosul has had a tough time recently. June 2014 was when it all started to go wrong. That's when soldiers carrying the black flags of ISIS approached the gates of the city. And it took just 6 days for them to totally take control. Policemen abandoned their post. The army didn't put up that much of a fight, and it really wasn't long before the city was entirely under control of ISIS. Once ISIS had established control over the city, their then leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, went to the Grand Mosque of Al-Nuri, which is where he officially declared the caliphate. He also took the opportunity to declare himself leader of all Muslims everywhere. Most people thought that the ISIS occupation wouldn't last long, but they were in town for 3 years, and during that time, the occupation was incredibly brutal. People were murdered for the smallest of things, having a mobile phone, having tobacco, usually in a very public way. ISIS was keen to win the propaganda war just as much as the skirmishes on the real battlefield, so they decided to turn off the internet. But most people in Mosul didn't get their internet through a modem in their house. Most people got it from an internet connection on their phone. ISIS militants went door to door to confiscate mobile phones, laptops, basically anything that would connect to the internet. Once they'd done that, the house at the end of a given street would be spray painted in green to show that the inspection had taken place and the street was clean. Eventually, they did this throughout the entire city. Once that had been done, it became illegal to possess a mobile phone. When you arrive in Mosul just past the city gates, the first thing that you'll see is a marketplace. It's busy, it's where people are buying their fruits, their vegetables for that day. And it seems relatively normal, but once you go past the marketplace and you enter the city proper, it's a totally different story. Just row after row of houses, of buildings, are either in complete ruin, or if they're left standing, they're riddled with bullet holes or scorch marks, and they look like they're about to fall down. It's hard to imagine that this will ever become normal.
It's changed a lot. It was a disaster. There were no streets at all. It was just
rubble. Ali, a 25-year-old mechanic from West Mosul, told me what happened to his brother during the ISIS occupation.
احنا منطقتنا كلها متسبين.
يا منطقة.
وادي حجر. جمعونا واخوي عنده موبايلي وقته على صلاة الفجر ومخليه ما بيسيم كارت. جمعوا فاتوا على بيته، احنا طلعنا لمونا على المدارس وعلى الجوامع ولقوا الموبايل واخذوه يعني ويا الحملة اخذوا الشرطة كلها، ما اخذوا الضباط كلها اخذوها. هو من ضمن الموبايل كان ممنوع بوقتها. اي واحد يقبوه يخابر يعدموه.
وبأي طريقة عدموه يعني؟
بالبوري علقوه.
بالبوري علقوه.
ايه ومو بس واحد، كثير ناس. لا رمي بالرصاص.
Fatima, a 34-year-old from Mosul, had the most disturbing story to tell. She told me about her nephew and how he was burnt alive in the street for using his mobile phone.
تليفون يبقى ياخذون السيم كارت يكسرون هيك ياخذون السيم كارتات، واذا اخر فتره يلقون سيم كارتات هاي هم تروحين بها اعدام. يعني من قالوا هذا حرام لازم ما يبقى، تتخلصين منه، لان اذا بقى يمك تروح حياتك مقابل. واذا لقوا عندك سيم كارت او لقوا عندك حتى مرات على الجهاز، فبعد كل الاجهزه ما بقى عندنا اجهزه. يعني ليش؟ لان نخاف من المسؤوليه اللي راحت علينا.
كلها بعدوها.
كلها ما بقى عندنا شيء. سيم كارتات كلها يعني كسرناها، تخلصنا منها تا نسلم على روحنا. هيك.
When I spoke to Jamal, a 47-year-old shopkeeper from Mosul, he explained to me what it was like to be so isolated with the internet cut off.
يعني انقطعنا عن العالم كله، لأنه لا كهرباء ولا أي أجهزة اتصال ماكو بالعالم كله، فحسينا إنه ماكو، معزولين عن العالم كله وعلى الحدود. إحنا ما نتمنى يرجعوا، نتمنى الأمان واستقرار البلد وترجع الحياة والإعمار، لأنهم يعني ما عندهم شيء يعني يقدمون للبلد، كله خراب وخراب خراب.
Mosul still isn't a safe place. ISIS has sleeper cells embedded across the city, and car bombs are still a cause for concern. After the internet came back to Mosul, almost everyone went online to check up and see if their relatives were dead or alive. But once they'd done that, they started to use it for more everyday uses.
يعني استغربت بكثير شغلات لما ادخل اطلب شيء من الانترنت قبل يجيني، يعني هاي كانت احنا ماكو شيء هذا هيك. رجعونا نقرا كتب قديمه نقراها عندنا، راديون ماكو وشغلات ماكو هيك صارت.
There's almost nothing left of the Great Mosque where ISIS made its grand proclamations, apart from the Green Dome where someone has graffitied "Fuck ISIS." That said, almost everyone here fears that one day they'll come back.
نخاف كثير، يعني حيل نخاف، يعني لا يوم من الأيام نصحى هم نلاقيهم، بس هالمرة ما حيخافونا، راح يقتلونا كلنا. والله العظيم إذا هالمرة يعني رجعوا علينا يقتلونا كلنا.
I'm Benjamin Plackett. This has been a joint Point and Engadget report. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
There has never been a more important time to support independent media and investigative journalism. So if you like the work we do, then subscribe to our channel, send us tips, and most importantly, if you can, pledge to our Patreon and help keep us going and keep us uncovering these stories. Cheers.